It's time for a little class, a little culture. That's right, attempting to cook with Papa Drew. Remember, be sanitary, wash your hands before you cook, because nobody likes to stick meat that you make in their mouth with your dirty hands. All right, well, that's a pork rib. I have two of them. I'm going to not show you how I did the other one because I did it just like this. Now, this is the first time in my whole life that I've ever cooked ribs. I'm usually a steak. I can cook the heck out of some hamburgers, steak. I've been known to burn cereal. So this whole thing is attempting to cook with Papa Drew, okay? I am not a world-class chef, as you can see. I'm having a hard time trying to get the membrane off of my meat. I'm manhandling these ribs to try and get this off. I finally did, but man, was it hard. Does anybody have an easier way of pulling your membrane off your meat? Comment down below, okay? Because I was having a heck of a time trying to do this. I eventually did it, and I got it off, and I kind of used the knife as a scraper to get it started, and then I just firmly grabbed my meat and started yanking hard on it, and I was able to pull the membrane off. So I know there's an easier way than to firmly grab your meat and yank on it to get the membrane off. But that's what I did, and it worked. Wow, it was a struggle. I'm not going to lie. This video, when I was filming it, was 40 minutes long. I've since edited it down to 5 minutes, and I didn't think anybody wanted to watch 40 minutes of me manipulating pork ribs to try and get it off. But as you can see right here, I'm scraping it, and I'm slowly getting into the membrane right here, and two-handed pulling on my meat here to try and get the membrane off. And we did, and there it is. So then I went and got some plain mustard, just regular store mustard, and I was generous on my rib, here, my pork rib. I just spread it all over the place, and I used it as a kind of like a lubricant on my meat to get the rub to stick to it. So I grabbed it and I rubbed my meat with the mustard, and then I put copious amounts of rub here. You'll see that in a minute on my meat. I did both sides with mustard, rubbing the meat here to try and get it so it's even, and then I got the ends too. So I wanted to do that. Now I cooked this, I think I cooked this at 300 degrees inside for about 5 hours, and it didn't come out the greatest. What came out really good, about 4 hours into it, I wrapped one of the racks, I think it was this one, in tin foil, and I just let it cook the rest of the time. And that came out really good. My wife loved that, and the meat fell off the bone like it should, and it was really good. This is just some store-bought rub that I put on my meat here, and sprinkled it on and made sure it was thick. And then after this, we just took it out to the smoker. Now, the smoker I have isn't a fancy smoker, but we want everything in the RV to have its own little home and not take up tons and tons of room. So it's a little $75 smoker that I bought off of Amazon that's propane. It's master built. It's a good smoker. I have since cooked tri-tip in there. For all you back east, it's hard for you guys to get tri-tip. You can look it up. It's a certain cut of meat from the cow, and it came out really good. Here's the smoker right here, and you can see my quick disconnects and everything going down to a 5-pound propane bottle down there. And 5 hours, that little propane bottle lasted, man. It was good to go. The only complaint I have is it doesn't have a huge wood chip bin, so you have to kind of open it up once in a while. But it did hold 2 full racks of pork ribs, which was cool. And then later on that week, we cooked a turkey breast wrapped in a bacon weave, and that came out really good. I injected it, put some probes in it, and got it up to temperature, and it was awesome. Anyway, this is Papa Drew, and I hope you enjoyed attempting to cook with Papa Drew. And I am
called
out.
Attempting to Cook with Papa Drew.